Am I the only one that's really concerned about sliding go? What happened to that guy? It's the end of Tenko's origin. Now, it's time for Shigaraki's. It is brief and compare, but it completes the character's backstory. Part of me wish it went on a little longer, but the present cannot pause for so long. It is a simple but effective chapter to illustrate the rise of the villain that will continue to soar for total destruction. The darkest time has come and gone. I wonder if the neighbors even heard the chaos outside of their yard. Curiosity aside, the remaining bit of the known flashback was when All For One recruited Tenko from the alleyway. Prior to that moment, we do see Tenko roaming around the city in a poor mannered state, not knowing what to do next. No one didn't want to get involved, however. It reminds me of how citizens in my state usually act when walking by a homeless person. The bystander effect, as they would call it, is natural in a sense, even if it does sound rather sad. The only one who tried was an elder lady, but Tenko's appearance was disturbing enough to scare her away. At least it didn't try to illustrate the citizens as complete cold-hearted fools, though I guess this will make him edgier. It's not their fault entirely. Life is cruel in many ways, including the righteous belief. You can say he's the victim of bad timing, unlike in other series, where a person legitimately live in a harsh environment and the only way to survive is to adapt it. He was begging for help, but no luck. All For One was the first one to give him the wish he was hoping for. The itchiness has been the theme to his character. As funny as it sounds, it basically means urges, and it keeps recurring like a drug. The scene skipped the moment where Tenko recalled his action, judging by the panel with All For One and the doctor, to get to the moment where Shigaraki was put into a test. What better way to do so than dealing with thugs? He gets beaten up, but no action. The idea was to unleash the overflowing impulses inside of him. In other words, destruction. All For One taught him the selfish lifestyle, ignoring ethics and morals to satisfy his personal needs. Tenko quickly adapts it and accepts the desire in him to kill those thugs. I suppose since he had killed his family already, this quick change was more or less expected. I do like the scene where he returned to confront the thugs, only now as Shigaraki with those hands attached on him. It's the sight of a newborn evil. It has that horror film vibe of creepiness. He killed the thugs, in which greatly satisfied All For One. Funny how there's a pool of blood yet no body parts. I guess he's getting better at decaying. Regardless, this is the path to become a symbol of fear. The parallel remains strong with the use of symbolism, peace, and fear. One thing I got from this is these two are antisocial to the core. It's no surprise, though, that would mean Tenko has no other depth than destruction. So long he feels at peace from destroying, he will be alright. Plus, the thought of his father only fuels him. It will vary for some fans whether they want an edgelord as the main villain or not. Personally, I will wait until the overall experience to judge. Bottom line, the day of good versus evil in the present will erupt soon. While the chapter was straightforward on Tenko's conversion process, the most noteworthy piece, to me, is the new name. He was reborn as Tomura Shigaraki. The term Tomura basically describes his character in a nutshell. The sadness that comes with death and parting. That's a nice symbolic name. The real attraction is the term Shigaraki. It's All For One's last name. He wasn't kidding when he said he wanted a new heir to the throne. Figuratively speaking, I don't recall, but does anyone know Shigaraki's name in the hero faction? I assume no one knows the origin. It's back to the present time. Judging by the end, it appears that the battle may conclude in the next chapter. It is worth mentioning that there's a holiday break the week after the next, but if we only base it on the content, there are a few indications. Gigantomachia is heading towards Shigaraki. Ridesho is in his final form, I assume. Trumpet bailed to help, which I find it funny. So much for the fight. Tough luck, Spinner. It looks like Ginton will leave to back up. At last, Shigaraki destroyed his father's hand, ready to destroy. I can't be wrong on the assumption, of course. Now, if I'm right, what should I expect? This could be a good time to either make Giganto Machia really strong by defeating old henchmen, or make Shigaraki as a credible villain by defeating everyone, including Redestro. Since his memories have restored, why not demonstrate it by taking out everyone? Taking out the leader is good enough though, so it's probably not that necessary. As for Metal Liberation Army, well, maybe in fanfiction, they would be treated better. This was a good chapter. The backstory was overall solid. I don't know how much it has changed moving forward, considering he went from destruction to more destruction. One user's post I read did bring a good point on his disappointment, but like I said earlier, I will wait and see the overall performance before making any judgment. Even so, the content was intriguing to see how Shigaraki has fallen. The war that felt long, yet not, looks ready to conclude. We'll see if Shigaraki can prove his worth. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's a shame that we won't see that design with those hands anymore. It is symbolic, so I don't mind the changes. It's gonna be different, but I don't mind it at all. What do you think of this chapter? Share your thoughts in the comment section. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel, and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.